This isn't gonna just blow over. The Zerg won't stop until we're all dead.
Vengeance shall be mine.
The seven evils are one within me. I am Legion.
Stay a while and listen.
To ask why we fight is to ask why leaves fall.
You are not prepared.
Warcraft players, where you at? Starcraft players, where you at? Diablo players, where you at? Blizz, bro.
Spectator modes all over the place, PvP changes to Warlords, the infamous $60 debate, and much, much more. Welcome to BlizzPro's Twizcast.
Disturbing hallucination. You're hearing voices.
Welcome to Twizcast, everybody. We are here to share with you all of our news and experiences concerning all games under the Blizzard Entertainment logo, ranging from World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo. But don't let the introduction fool you. We're going to bring you up to speed on Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone as more information gets released on those games. But who are we? In case you're wondering, these crazy people who are just bouncing around the boxes around here. I will bring in these fabulous co-hosts. First and foremost, direct from North Dakota. I didn't say that right, did I?
It's a really long city name.
It is. There's actually 14 D's in there. It's being changed right now. I'm just trying to stay current with the news. So, but anyways, direct from North Dakota, the Lore Queen in the morning, heroic raider at night, and the destroyer of beer during the podcast. It's the lovely and talented Reb. Good evening, dear.
Good evening, Twiz, Loktar, Ogar, my friends. Hello, chat room. Hello, other co-hosts.
Very good to have you. That was a very nice introduction, by the way. Also, from the other side of North Dakota, the man who is planning out a future surgery so he can make his beard transmoggable. It's Hoda. Hello, sir.
Hello, Twiz?
What is that?
I don't know. I thought we were going with the stuttering, and that's all I could come up with.
Oh, okay. All right. I respect that. Good form. Yep. Good form. So, and lastly, direct from Las Vegas, Nevada, I'd be willing to bet that at the end of the show, he's going to tell us that it's our best one yet. It's the Streaming Demon Archon. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. I don't know about best one yet. I read the show notes. I give it like, I don't know, an 8 tops. But we'll see.
Well, okay.
We'll have to see if Hoda pulls off the backflip near the end or not.
with the half gainer. He's been working on
it.
He's been working on it. So, and for those of you who are wondering, my name is Twiz. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat room. It's very good to see you guys. I run the Twisted Nation, and I've got some intense news for you guys this episode. But before that, just a reminder, there's several ways you can get your Twizcast and BlizzPro fix. We're available on iTunes Videocast and the podcast section. Stitcher Radio and the RSS feed can be found at twizcast.com. For the show notes for this episode and everything contained herein, you'll be able to find these things at twizcast.com and blizzpro.com. Lastly, if you guys want to subscribe to our Twitch TV channel, go to twitch.tv/twizcast, hit that follow button. That way you're going to get an email every time we go live, and you won't miss what could possibly be the best part of your week. Okay, I doubt that. But anyways, again, one last reminder. I upload this show directly after it's over with on Thursday night, so it's ready for your Friday morning and weekend commute into work. So feel free to download at will. So again, we've got a bunch of news I'm really excited to cover and jump right into. But let's talk about our week in gaming first. Things that we've been up to, a little bit of news and stuff like that. So Archon, why don't you start us off, man? What's cooking in your kitchen?
Well, my kitchen's quite tasty this week. This is one of my best weeks in gaming, I think, because the day after last week's show, I had my little playtest with Wyatt Chang, senior technical designer on Diablo 3, as well as Moldrin, who's one of my favorite D3 streamers, and Jach, the MVP in the community. And that was really cool. We just got in a group of 4, played through Diablo on stream, and chatted it up with Wyatt. It was kind of like a casual interview thing. I'd done a few interviews before, but this one was it was a lot of fun, and I think the community got to ask some questions. Although I did see some criticism just today of people who thought that it was just a interview where we got to ask all the questions that we wanted to, but that's neither here nor there.
I can't hardly believe they would say a thing like that.
Yeah, I can't believe negative feedback from the community. That's so weird.
On the internet? I don't understand.
You must have read that wrong. You must have read it wrong.
Yeah, I must. Yeah, people are negative on the internet. But no, it was really cool. I thought the coolest thing about it was Wyatt Chang actually opened up to us about some of the prototypes they've made for PvP. Most Diablo players are pretty ready for PvP to come out, and a lot of them, I'm sure, are upset that it hasn't come out yet. But they've been talking about doing something other than PvP, like competitive PvE, or as some people call it, PvPvEVP. Something like that.
Yes.
Anyways, PvP. Yeah, it's a bunch of letters in a row, pretty much. But yeah, it'd be pretty much like PvP with PvE elements. And yeah, he told us about like one version they prototyped where you have two teams and you're each in one tower, and whoever gets through their tower first wins, or just like Nephilim Rifts, whoever can beat it the fastest or get the furthest in a certain amount of time wins, and there's leaderboards. So none of that is like coming to the game. I need to preface, because anytime you give an idea, people think it's for sure. But it was just really cool that he actually told us some of these things that he's prototyping, and overall it was really cool. It was just a lot of, yeah, it's always fun to chat with developers.
Absolutely, dude. And you know what? It's not often that you get to like stream with the developers and play with them. Like, that's the one thing that I noticed that the D3 team does quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but like the WoW team doesn't do that ever. You don't ever get to, to well, they do that. They do. No, I take that back. They did do a thing one time where all the CMs and developers and stuff got with the community and they ran around. I think it was the Thunder Isle. So they did do that, but I've seen it more from the D3 team than anyone else. What?
Yeah,
whatever it's called, Thunder. I don't
Timeless Isle.
Bit of the thunder from down under going, eh, gang?
Twiz has been in a Hearthstone land for too long.
It's true,
Right. It is good to see though, because a lot before the D3 community was pretty toxic, but it's nice seeing those devs or community managers just out in the open now and being very, I guess, forthright at what they're doing. So that's really cool to see. Archon, is there any way they can find that stream, or is it out anywhere? Or?
Yes. They could go to my YouTube channel. I think Blizzard's going to be posting it. They just haven't posted it yet. This is like one of, I think, 4 dev streams. So the one I did, again, was me, JH Muldrin, and Wyatt Chang. But there's other ones with like Diablo fans, and I think John Yang. And anyways, they're doing like a few of them. I think there's still a few more that are going to come out. Blizzard's going to be posting the VODs from what they told me, but if you go to my YouTube channel, Archon Inferno Friday, the newest video on there is the live stream, at least before I post a video tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's really cool that they're expanding to the community more. I think there's probably 2 big reasons. One is that the Diablo 3 team got a bit of flack in the beginning for not getting enough feedback from the community. A lot of people kind of criticize them for not doing the full beta, and then for just not being in touch with the community. And they've like totally turned it around and really are open with us. And I also just think that live streaming really opened up communication between developers and players, because it was only like in the last year that live streaming really became a thing. And I think Blizzard's just realizing that other developers are tapping into that avenue and that they don't want to miss that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the big highlight of my week. Played around with a new build on Diablo. I was going to show it off for the pro tips, but I can't get on the beta server right now, so I couldn't get a screenshot for it. But it's basically just like a Wave of Force build. Wave of Force in the expansion doesn't have a cooldown, so you just spam it. And it's like a really good lazy mode build. It's like turn down the difficulty, turn on a nice YouTube video, and just spam Wave of Force your way
and
through.
Then turn up.
More dots.
More dots, yeah. Less difficulty, more Wave of Force or dots. Yeah. But yeah, it was a cool build, so hopefully I can make a video about it once I can get back onto the beta servers. And then last night, pwned it up in my favorite StarCraft arcade map, Squadron Tower Defense, or as people on the streets say, STD.
Thank you. Yes. I just want to get that out there. Yeah, I just want to get the STD out there for everybody to understand.
Yeah, got to make sure everyone's got access to the STD. Don't want to. Anyways, yeah. So that was a lot of fun. If you haven't played Squadron Tower Defense, it's an awesome arcade map. Sorry, didn't mean to go on so long, but it was a good week in gaming. What about you, Hoda?
Oh, thanks for asking, Archon. My week in gaming was fantastic. How about you, Reb? No.
Pass it on.
It was very light week of gaming. It was mostly just Hearthstone, trying to collect my arena packs, and a little frustrating because no, I've opened maybe like 4 or 5 packs this week with just arena runs, and I keep getting like the same stuff. So, granted, I can like disenchant it, for dust, but it's really frustrating seeing the same cards and not getting legendary or rare. It's not cool. As far as WoW goes, I've been doing a little looking for raid on my alts, and I did that for about a day, then stopped. I learned my lesson, and it's been really light, but mostly Hearthstone. I'm in your neck of the woods, Twiz. So.
Oh, very good.
So,
it's a good neck of the woods to be in.
Yeah, I'll keep mine short. So that was about it. Reb, tell me something.
Mine wasn't that extensive either. I actually took some of my alts through LFR, and lo and behold, I learned a mechanic in LFR. And the only reason, it's crazy. I actually learned I'm like 3 patches behind right now, 3, 5, 17, who knows how many patches I'm behind right now. But in Toes, Shot of Fear, if your tank doesn't stand in like that melee circle, then you don't get the wall that protects you from the fear breath.
The poof, right?
Yeah, so I went in there probably 3 times this past week and killed him 3 different times on different characters. And I was like, holy crap, I have never seen where we don't have the wall to protect us. I was like, this is glitched like a mother. And then I finally realized you just stand in the circle and you can protect like your entire team. It's just our tanks were so stupid that you didn't know to stand in there. I don't know, but it taught me a mechanic in LFR.
I imagine in clear looking for raid fashion, you berated them in chat and started it on. Is that what you did to him?
In true LFR fashion, I just trolled the ever-living bejesus out of them. Because that's what you do on the internet, right? That's what the internet's for, right?
That's right.
I was the quiet hero, the one who just does the most DPS and just doesn't say anything. Doesn't brag, doesn't berate anybody, just the quiet hero.
Just post the damage meter 3 times at the end of the raid.
Right at the end.
Yep,
just
right
whisper everybody individually.
And then throw it in guild for good measure.
I just want my guildies to just appreciate my talent and just know that who they're working with. But no, on a serious note, my heroic raiding team, we are currently going through some staffing changes, so we did not have raid this past weekend. So what we ended up doing, some of us actually went through Throne of Thunder on Sunday night, and we had Angry Orc and Honey with us, and Quinley, and Tappa, and quite a few other members of the nation, and it was a lot of fun to just go through and do normal Throne of Thunder. We kind of raffle stomped a lot of it. We did eventually get to Darumu, and I had never done Darumu on normal. And
North Dakota accent. I don't know.
Yeah, Darumu.
From Dakota.
Apparently, the difference between LFR and normal, once again, I'm a few patches behind, but red has 3 different ads to find and kill, whereas blue has like none, and you just stand still, and yellow has what, 1? I don't know. Anywho, we kept dying and dying because people were just not getting like the concept of. And I'll admit, I was the first person on the first attempt that I didn't understand what to happen, what I was supposed to do. But you uncover an ad, and then you kill it, and then you move slowly, and you find another one, and you kill it, and then you move slowly. You don't uncover all of them, because then you'll just pulsate damage, and you don't just leave it. You don't just stand there. You don't just keep running circles. And it took us several tries, but we finally killed them. And what I was least looking forward to in Throne of Thunder was Horadin. You remember these days, Twiz?
I do.
It was when we were on a team together, and Horadin is horrible. And it made me done with raiding.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry.
Let's go Horadin wordplay.
That was so bad, Reb.
Two word plays in one sentence.
Oh,
kudos.
Part of me died a little bit just then.
Well,
I love it. It's okay. Keep going.
We didn't die. we one-shot it. In fact, we killed it on the 3rd door. Like, we didn't even wait to get to the 4th door and actually pick up the Dynamancer's orb or anything. We just burned it on the 3rd door. It was so amazing. It made me so not horror done with Throne of Thunder.
Oh.
Had to do one more. I'm sorry. But that was essentially my week in gaming. How about you, Twiz?
Oh, boy. All right, guys. All right. Are you ready? Hold on to your butts. Here we goes. I've got good news, and I've got bad news. Okay? Now, the bad news, I think, chat room, what do you want to hear first? Good news or bad news? They said bad news. Okay. So, the bad news is the Hearthstone happy hour is going away.
What?
It is. It is going away. But it is being replaced by something even better. Okay? BlizzPro has partnered with Don't Kick My Robot. That's a name that you need to know, and it's a name that you need to remember. Don't Kick My Robot. Well, I'll tell you. Okay. They've offered us an awesome upcoming change that we are doing, and I'll tell you a little bit about who they are. Don't Kick My Robot was founded by a guy named Poach, and it was right when closed beta kicked off. They were made up of streamers, deck testers, and shoutcasters, pioneers in Hearthstone. They're a hotspot for gamers of all kinds who seek knowledge, guidance, and advice. Don't Kick My Robot positions their streamers at different times of the day to allow their viewers optimal gaming at any time. So if you'd like to check and see what they're up to, you can go to don'tkickmyrobot.com or hit up their forums. Recently, they took first in the NESL Open Cup, and they took second in the Stone Throne Tournament. So here's what's happening. We are changing the Hearthstone Happy Hour to be extremely informational to new players, intermediates, and experts. Okay? We're going to be bringing these guys on the show. These guys are the best of the best. I mean, they are top-notch. They are legendary and above, and they've partnered with BlizzPro. They've partnered with TwizCast, and we are going to blow the doors off this. Now, we are going to have new decks. We're going to have how to play them, tips, combos, budget decks that can keep you competitive even if you don't have all those legendaries. Here's what we are keeping. We are keeping the fun, laid-back feel, the educational atmosphere. Actually, we're stepping that up in a big way. And we are keeping the beer drinking. Okay.
Yay!
That's right.
I don't know what I was going to do without my case of Natty Ice.
I know, right? I know. So, but the things that we are losing is we are going to be losing the foul language. Okay, because this is going to be so informative and educational and awesome that everybody's going to want to see it. And you know what? I mean, there's a time and a place, I mean, whatever. You can be laid back and be yourself and whatever, and then there's a time to turn on the professional switch, and that's what we're doing. So we are going to...
What if you don't have that switch?
You need to go to the doctor and get it looked at. So that's about that. But so stay tuned, everybody, because Keep Calm and Don't Kick My Robot airs on March 10th. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So I'm stupid excited about this, guys. Like, yeah, very, very interactive with the chat room. Very interactive with, and they're talking about coaching as well, to a point where they want to reach out to the community and coach new players and intermediate players and advanced players and help them be better players and enjoy the game and stuff. So, I mean, TwizCast is all about the community. BlizzPro is all about the community. These guys are about the community. We've all partnered together, and if you like Hearthstone and it's what you're into, get ready, because we're gonna do it. So Monday nights at 9:00. The time slot does not change, but the content and the awesomeness is going to boost in a significant way. Real quick, though, just before I forget, we are not going to be having a show next week. And I know this is news to my co-hosts as well.
Yes.
The surprise! No, we're not going to be having a show next week. I've got some work stuff that's going to be getting in the way, and I'm not going to be able to put everything together, and I'm not even going to be home, which is where I'm at right now. So I just wanted to throw that in there before I forgot. Have I mentioned real quick Twisted Raiders lately? This is just a small plug that I want to put out there. Twisted Raiders on Magtheridon EU and Alliance Coltiris US. They are powered by OpenRaid. They are dedicated to old content raiding at level, Molten Core, Kara, Black Temple, you name it. And they're bumping right along. They're knocking it out of the park, guys. So I don't get a chance to really talk about them very much. Open Raid has done so much to help the Twisted Nation. They've done so much to help TwizCast. The things that they do are awesome as far as raid scheduling and coordinating things and just keeping awesome people together. I wanted to bring that up one more time and let you guys, just remind you guys that this is out there. This is available to you. Sometimes you get into that WoW lull. I don't know. Are you guys in the WoW lull at all? Just a little bit?
Definitely. Yeah.
A little bit.
So-
but honestly, I forgot to talk about it in my week in gaming. I'm actually leveling in Twisted Raiders again with a friend, and it is so much fun. And people are active, and like there's legitimately tons and tons of people in that event all the time to talk to and just have fun with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I believe they're mostly doing level 70 content, like you're saying, Twiz, and it's just really cool because they're doing like 5-man heroic dungeons just to gear up for like the raiding. It's it's like almost a BC expansion guild. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun, and they're very active, like Reb said. So definitely go check it out.
Absolutely. So, let's see here. What else do we have in the news? My week in gaming, I talked last week about how I was going to be making a little bit of a WoW comeback, and I did. I'm working my way into it. I'm slowly making it happen, just getting into it. I played my Warlock pretty much exclusively this week. I started at like a 486 eye level, and he moved to 509 with the help of Sosa and Shepingus, who is Cole TE in the chat room right now. Let's see here. Cole crafted me a set of 553 legs, and Sosa made me a 553 belt. So that helped.
Whoa,
I know.
You're dead like 40k gold. Right
I know,
now.
right? I know. But they're like,
impressive.
They're like,
Reaper
dude,
Reb.
I got so many mats, I don't even know what to do with them all. So please take them and help me empty my bank. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. So big hats off to them. And I did run LFR. I ran TOT. And I got a couple. I got like shoulders and a headpiece, and I ran the first 4 bosses in Siege of Orgrimmar. I got like a trinket and some other stuff. So I'm coming along a little bit, 509 eye level, and I had a pair of 458 bracers that I could not get rid of. And they were just dragging down my eye level. Everything is like 496, 502, 522, 535, 553. Like I've got a good spread in the 500s, but I had those 458. I think they were PvP bracers. I don't know, but they were killing me. They were killing my eye level. So I got those replaced.
Kim gone crazy in the chat room makes a good point. I want to help empty someone's bank. I too desire this.
I too desire said thing. So, let's see here. Yes, and for those of you who are in the chat room, I know you're wondering. I am still not gemmed or enchanted.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Twiz.
I know, right? Well, I'm not. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not doing anything
bleeding
important
from that news.
I'm not doing anything important right now with him. I mean, I'm running LFR, but if you think I'm the only one in LFR that's not gemmed or enchanted, get ready.
Link the meters.
I was doing like 48k at a 509 eye level. I mean, I was just pouring the heat on. I really was. So, but I went to go to askmrrobot.com and start getting ready to put the enchants and the gems and everything. And the armory's been down for 2 days. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah, the armory's been down for 2 days. And Ask Mr. Robot was like, can't help you, man. Keep on going. Because I mean, their API works off of the armory. So yeah, it was dead in the water. So I was like, oh, I can't buy a whole bunch of gems and enchants and everything. Okay, I'm going to Hearthstone. So I did.
However, if you have the Ask Mr. Robot, not app, but the Ask Mr. Robot add-on, I couldn't think of the word, add-on, you could like manually import and export what you have in your bags and equipped on your character.
Really?
Just saying.
Interesting. I forgot about that. I did.
Handy.
Okay.
Manually doing stats, Reb. Come on.
Right.
No, it's easy. No, it gives you your formula that you just need to copy and then paste onto the site, and then you do it vice versa, and yeah, it's good. Okay. Good to go. And then your add-ons, it specifically says what you need.
So if you're dead in the water like me, there's your answer, folks, right there. Get the add-on. Quick reminder, everybody, the Twisted Nation Hearthstone tournament is coming up on March 1st. Okay, so go to twistedempire.engine, enjin.com, and sign up for that, or hit up Sergeant Zim on Twitter He's organizing it, guys. I'm going to look. The March 1st date might hose me because I'm still going to be out of town. It's why we don't have a show next week as well. So, but Hearthstone tournaments are way cool. So you need to be doing this. And as far as my Hearthstone week has been going, I've been playing a lot of casual instead of ranked. If that, I don't know. But you know what? I'm not really sure what's worse though, because you see, casual, you see a lot of like testing out of new decks, and you always see like these crazy wombo combo type maneuvers and whatever, you know. And ranked is tough, because you've got the pressure of, you know, losing stars, gaining stars, winning streaks, losing streaks, whatever. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm going to do better once the Don't Kick My Robot team starts educating me a little bit more. But I did peel a mage deck off of the Don't Kick My Robot forums, and I went from because I've been playing casual so much, I went from rank 18 to 14 today, and I'm
really
I'm one win away from being rank 13. So
wow,
yeah, I picked up a killer mage deck.
Have you hit like a roadblock yet? Have you found a place where people's decks are just good against the deck you're using, or still sailing?
Dude, you know what? It was it started. I was on a win streak all the way down to where I just hit 14, and now in the 14, I've been 2 steps forward, 2 steps backwards. So it all depends. But I found that the forums on Don't Kick My Robot is pretty awesome. They have budget decks. If you don't have legendaries and stuff, like they have a shaman, priest, mage, warlock. I mean, they have everything. They have current deck builds. I mean, they have more deck builds than I've seen on any of these other Hearthstone websites, and explanations on how to play them. With a lot of these other websites that you go to and stuff like that. But BlizzPro also has explanations as well. That's why I like BlizzPro. Just throwing that out there. Sorry, shameless plug. But no, they have awesome explanations of how to play the decks and stuff like that too. So they just go above and beyond. I'm really excited about that. Let's see here. Just so everybody knows, the 400 person Twisted Nation Mumble server is now live. Okay, we are going to be updating all the guild notes with the new information. I'd really like to thank the support of Open Raid for powering this Mumble server for us. So get ready for that. It's ready to go, and we're going to be adding the channels and everything like that. So
Mumble Party.
That's right. So I believe that's going to do it for my week in gaming. So what I want to do is get into our pro tips section, which is brought to you by Ask Mr. Robot. There's nothing like pushing your character to his or fullest potential, and the best way to do it is through optimization. Ask Mr. Robot will set you up with all your gemming, enchanting, and reforging that you're going to need to be successful, and that's why we've tied this into our tips section. So it's all about trying to be the best player that you possibly can be. So as always, I've got a Hearthstone card combo, but do you guys have any pro tips that you'd like to share before we dive into that?
Twiz, I think oh, wait.
Oh, Archon?
I was about to say we were going to let you down, but I think Reb's got something really good.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to briefly touch on this add-on that is near and dear to my heart. I've talked about it before in the past, but I really just want to reiterate it again.
Okay.
And
you have my attention.
Healers Have to Die, and you can get this from the Curse client. It is probably the most essential add-on that I have. Like, it's near and dear to my heart. And I know I've talked about it a few times in the past on the show, but it's been a little while, and I want the new listeners to get in on this action. It's super, super handy. It's a must-have for PvP, but it also has its instances in PvE where it's really helpful as well. In PvP, it's basically going to flag your healers on the opposite team so that you know exactly who to target when you're in a battleground. So you know who's giving out the heals and who needs to go down in order for you to actually complete your objective. However, when you use it in a PvP instance, it'll also mark your healers, and it'll let you know if your healer is taking excessive amounts of damage. So if you're like new to tanking or so, and you're in a dungeon, you can see that maybe a melee ad is whomping on your healer. You get the alert that lets you know, hey, I'm not doing something right, I need to pick it up. But Healers Have to Die is essential, and you'll love it. Just go download it. You can thank me later. Peace out.
I like it. Well, thank you. That's good stuff. I'm not going to comment on that just now. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for later. Like a piece of gum. So, did you guys, Archon, Hoda, I don't want to shortchange you guys. Is there anything you guys want to throw out there at all for a pro tip?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm developing mine right now. It's going to be really good in like a couple of weeks.
So I'm
Archon.
telling you. 2 weeks from now, you guys are going to have the beast pro tip. All right.
Yeah, you can count on it.
All right. Well, guys, as far as a Hearthstone pro tip goes, or a card combo, I should say, this week I'm going to talk about the very popular Druid Wombo combo, all right, that seems to be in a lot of current decks. It's basically using Force of Nature and Savage Roar, and it's a really efficient combo because you can do a lot of damage, and you're only relying on 2 cards. You also can't use this combo until turn 9, so you're likely going to have them both in your hand when the time comes. So, real quick, let's take a look at the cards here. Force of Nature is a 6-cost spell that summons 3 Treants with 2 attack and 2 health, as you can clearly read from the card text. And they also have Charge. Now, the downside is that they don't stick around after your turn, so once you summon them, you have to use them immediately, otherwise you'll lose them when you click the end turn button. So right off the bat, you're staring down the barrel of being able to do 6 damage in 1 turn. Savage Roar is a 3-cost spell that gives all of your minions and your hero +2 attack. So those Treants that you summoned are now all 4/2s, and don't forget that your hero now has +2 attack power from that spell. So in the end, you are able to dish out 12 damage on turn 9. Okay, and if you could do all that to the face, then do that, obviously. But if you need to use it to get around something like a Molten Giant with Taunt, don't be afraid to use it to kill that thing. You'll still have 4 damage left to do with as you please. So it's not a waste to use it to take out painful minions your opponents put on the board for you. Lastly, and this kind of piggybacks on what I just stated, don't sit on them waiting to be able to do 12 to the face. If you play with your hand, or if you play with your hand, if you play your hand based around, quote, that right moment, well, the moment may never come, and your opponent is going to have you completely locked down. So again, don't play your hand waiting for this spectacular combo. You need to play smart, everybody. So, yeah. Any questions about that?
And if you do play with your hand, make sure you make amazing shadow puppets.
Yep.
No, okay. No, I actually use this combo quite a bit on my Druid. It's very great for board clearing. That's what I use it for mainly. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I really liked Hoda's shadow puppet tip, actually. He said he didn't have a tip, and then he came at us with that.
That was just a tip.
Yeah. You know what? And I was wrong because I did. I was just looking at this. I forgot that my character, your hero, has +2 attack power with this, so it's 14 damage for 9 mana. That's what it is. Ooh. So sorry, I just got to looking at I was looking at the stream because the stream hadn't caught up yet, and I was just rereading the flavor text, and I did the math in my head again real quick. Oh, and sure enough, Eldorian's already all over me like stink. So
there you go.
So
have you been doing mostly Druid recently?
What's that?
Have you been playing mostly Druid recently?
I've been playing a lot of Mage more than anything. It's funny. Pudstick is in the chat room and he says it's weak as fark. Is this noob tips? Interesting.
I called you out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna do a quick Google search on Pudstick's Hearthstone pro tips.
Pudstick's are only satisfied with those like 1 move kill
returns.
Tips.
Yeah. Right.
If I'm not winning on round 2, it's noob.
It's a noob. Yeah, tip. Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe it's a poor man's tip, huh? How about that?
Google returned 0 search results. So
I don't have legendary.
Anyways, Pudstick, I hope my noob tips don't scare you off, buddy. So, love you a long time. That's going to take us to our very first break, everybody, but we're going to be right back to discuss the latest news in gaming from Blizzard right after this quick commercial. So, make sure that you tell a friend, Facebook a friend, love a friend, call a friend, text a friend, and let them know that you are listening to Twizcast, episode number 84.
Guild launch.
Oh, hey, Breakdance, what's going on, man?
Oh, hey, dude. Check this out. Guild launch.
Wow. You think I could give that a try?
Yeah, dude. It's totally easy.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Guild launch. Guild launch.
Maybe try a little bit bigger, like guild launch.
Okay, I follow you. Guild launch. Guild launch. Guild launch.
Dude, do you even have guild launch?
No. Actually, I don't. Do you think that might be my problem?
Dude, with easy-to-use tools for building your guild's website, extremely affordable payment options, the fact that you can easily view it on your browser and mobile phone, and to top it all off, customer service that is second to none, yeah, I can see why you're not working. You're broken, dude.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that if I'm not using guild launch, then that is a problem that I'm going to need to fix.
Yeah, I'd say so, dude.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's no time like the present. Guild launch.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Just go. Get fixed. You're killing me.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I figured I would just give it one last shot.
Guild launch.
Hello, this is Blizzard Entertainment Community Manager Zarum, and you're listening to the one, the only Twizcast.
What do you think? I like turtles. All right.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up. To me, it look like a leprechaun to me.
The news.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, the Blizz Pro News is brought to you in part by Pudstick in the chat room. Sorry, dude. You come into my chat room talking smack. I want to make fun of you in front of a lot of people. So, but okay, all joking aside, Blizz Pro News is sponsored in part by GuildLaunch.com. If you are not part of the Twisted Nation because you have a family or guild of your own, that's totally awesome, and I'd like to help you with that. Guild Launch offers a ton of features for creating a website that you and your guild can be proud of, as well as forums, Mumble servers, and it's not going to break your piggy bank either. So you can go to GuildLaunch.com today and get your own awesome guild website up and running. Now, if you're listening to this right now, and I am talking about you, I'm talking to you, and this is you are part of your own guild, and you're part of your own thing, and you like what we do and everything. Here's your opportunity to do this, okay? I've got a lot of codes, but what I'd really like is an email, podcast@blizzpro.com. Send me an email and let me know why you want a guild launch website. What things does your guild do? How is this going to benefit you? It doesn't have to be like 9 pages long or anything crazy like that. Just an email. Hey, you know what? This is the guild that I've been in. I've been in it for a while. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever, just tell me why you think you deserve it. And I will select one at random. And, you will be the proud owner of a guild launch website with all the bells and whistles for one entire year. Comes with a free Mumble server, comes with forums, comes with everything. One entire year for free. So I don't know who pays for your Ventrilo hosting right now or your Mumble hosting or anything like that, but free is always better than whatever you're paying. Don't care how low it is. So, real quick here, the first article at the top of the show here, Blizzard released this past week the new character skins for the female orcs.
La.
Yeah, are you ready,
right?
Bab? All the orcish ladies, all the orcish ladies, all the...
Oh, gosh.
I guess Fred wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready for that.
Where's yours? You're slacking too, Archon.
Sorry, I was just so busy watching. I was just entranced by those dance moves.
Right.
You got...
Okay. All right. Although the
orc ladies.
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah, I guess.
Go on.
Oh my god. I'm getting punchy now. Although the female orc is third from the bottom in the most played race list, Blizzard has basically said that the orc race itself is one of the most iconic classes in the game, and they really wanted to do it right, especially with the female model. So, besides the fact that they look really good, what other thoughts do you guys have about these new models?
She's sexy.
I don't know.
She's a little too buff for my taste, and too green, I guess. But I think it's about time, and the models look pretty nice.
She got man hands, dude. I'm just here to tell you.
Those hands are. If those are man hands, then I don't know what my hands are, because those are much more manly than what I'm working with.
orcs are like built from brute strength. It's understandable that she might have these so-called man hands, but I look at this and I'm completely, there may be something wrong with my brain, but I'm completely attracted to this orc female. Like, I want to play her because I'll feel like strong and sexy and thick and muscular.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm digging it. I really am. I'm digging it.
Okay.
I think it looks really good. Actually, so good. I'm going to actually roleplay this as my male orc because she actually stands up straight, and I really like that. I'm just saying.
She has good posture. Good
Yeah,
posture.
right?
Good posture.
And everybody hating on the, like, shaved lines it shows in the picture here. Love them. I don't want her bald. Maybe it's an option. It's cool, but stop hating. I've seen a lot of hate on Twitter today, and stop it. But no, I think they look really good. Again, keeping really true to the old model. It's just updated. Looks great.
Cool. No, I couldn't agree more. And there's a little from the pictures that I've seen. I think they threw a little bit too much mohawk around in there for the pictures that I see. I don't know the mohawk. She kind of looks like she should be wearing a leather jacket from an 80s movie of some type or whatever.
Savage. It's savage and wild.
I get it.
I think it's just if you're a 12-year-old boy, you really want to have a mohawk, but your mom won't let you.
Okay.
And so you're going to want to play the character with the mohawk.
Okay.
And since that's like 50% of the players, Blizzard's like, well, let's just make 10 different mohawks.
Well, let's be honest. If you're 12 years old, you're playing Alliance. You're not playing Horde, okay?
Yeah, you know what? Go to Alliance. They're saying the exact same thing.
Okay.
It's just everyone's confused about why there's so many adults playing WoW. They assume all the kids must be on the other faction.
So in summary,
There it was.
in summary, the orc ladies are sexy and muscular, and yeah, we like it here at Twist
I'll agree
Pass.
with that.
Yep. So very cool. Yeah. So I just showed those for the entire chat room to see in case you guys hadn't seen those yet. In other news, and we're going to kind of skip through these pretty quick because we got a lot of really awesome articles that we're going to go through here. So I don't want to shortchange anything. But obviously, in case you've not logged into WoW this particular week, patch 5.4.7 dropped 2 days ago, and all sorts of stuff stirred up in the community. Season 15 PvP has started, and the Prideful Gladiator gear is now available to purchase. Base resilience has been boosted from 72% to 77% for level 90s, and all Season 14 gear can now be bought with honor points. But one of the things that did catch my eye is some of the upcoming PvP changes that are being made in Warlords. Let me tell you about this. Trial of the Gladiator. Okay, this was talked about at BlizzCon, and it has been canceled. Now, for those of you who are wondering what the heck that's all about, basically Blizzard was trying to combat win trading, where I think, according to what I've read, people lose on purpose and trade wins to help boost their ranks or something along those lines. This new Trial of the Gladiator was focused around high competition that was only available with trial gear and could only be played at certain times during the day. Basically, Blizzard put the kibosh to this because a lot of players felt that if they couldn't make it to their computer during this prime time PvP competition, they'd be missing out on a lot of the normal arena games and would lose the replay value without a rating to try and push for. So, in order to offer a better PvP experience, they're now reintroducing skirmishes to the game. Basically, a skirmish is a non-ranked arena that offers more low-pressure atmosphere since there's nothing to lose and there's no ladder to try and climb. So no one sees wins or loses or losses. It's just a straight-up PvP event with no penalties. Sorry, I lost my place. There's basically no penalties, and it's great practice for ranked play. But they're not just going to bring them back and that's their fix. They're going to modify a little bit, and here's what they're doing. They were quoted as saying that in Warlords of Draenor you can queue for 2v2 or 3v3 battles with friends or by yourself. Now, winning a skirmish will reward you with honor and a random bonus, which could be gold, it could be more honor, or a small amount of conquest points, or possibly something entirely different. They think that this is going to be a great way for players who haven't tried arenas before to get their feet wet, and it'll allow experienced players to experiment with alternate specs or builds without worrying about tanking their rating. But that's not all. There are some people that don't like to play PvP, but they love to watch it. Well, feller,
yes.
If that's you, Blizz is taking care of you because they're introducing in Warlords spectator mode, right?
Yes.
Yep. They were quoted as saying, "Our new spectator invite system will allow a match organizer to invite two teams to play against each other in a PvP spectacle called a war game. Then, when the match begins, everyone in the match organizers party will be able to watch those two teams duke it out. They'll also be opening this feature up to add-on developers so they can come up with tools for tournament organizers to customize how the match is presented on the screen." So,
what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hadn't heard that before. That's crazy awesome.
Right?
I'll let you finish your thing first, though.
No. I want talk.
Wait. So let me get this straight. I'm assuming that what you're reading is all you've heard about it as well, but I must have skimmed over this. They're actually allowing like players to make their own arena styles or arena types.
They're going to be allowing. It's like right now you have WoW and you can put on your add-ons to make things easier for you. You know what I mean? Like your Healbot, your Voodoo, and stuff like that. They are according to what this says, they're opening it up so that way you can customize how you build your what do they call the guy? The war. Oh, what do they call him? The war organizer, the match organizer. The match organizer. He'll be able to customize the match and how it's presented on the screen.
I see. So you're actually developing like the UI that the spectators will see while they're watching the match.
I think that's going to be how it is. Yeah.
I wonder if they can choose like how the cameras are set up, or if you'll just be watching from like different players' point of view or a bird's eye point of view.
Your guess is as good as mine, dude. Your guess is as good as mine. So, Reb, what do you think? Oh, sorry, Hoda, what you got?
No, I was just going to talk on it a little bit. This is a pretty big PvP news because PvP players have been getting nothing for a long time. Mm-hmm. So it's actually really good to see this. Just back to the beginning of the article where it's bringing back skirmishes. Thank you. No duh. Why'd they go away? I'm just saying. Like you said, it's a perfect opportunity to just test your skills because I like the battleground, I guess, but I don't like to arena because it's so intimidating. It's like the hardcore of hardcore. PvP are in there. And so doing this, bringing back skirmishes, not only allowing you to practice, but you actually get a little bit of bonus, like bonus honor and random stuff. I think that's absolutely wonderful for people to actually kind of get that arena buzz and that PvP like atmosphere going if they want to like continue on. I think that's absolutely a great idea. As far as observer mode, I'm guessing being in the arena when you die, you can kind of go around as like a wisp and go around. Maybe that's what observer mode is. And you can kind of see all places. But I think this is awesome news, and I'm excited to see what happens.
See, I was kind of on the fence about skirmishes. This is what I feel is going to happen. Is everybody is so like buzzed about it, and they're excited to go in with like no pressure. And I think it's going to get a lot of PvPers to like start getting introduced to like real PvP, arenaing and whatnot. But I foresee, maybe it's just me, 3 months down the road, nobody's going to care about skirmishes because they've already made that segue into their serious PvP-ness. And then...
You should have heard what? Keep it clean. Keep it clean,
Show title, Twiz. Show title.
Oh, no. Because I have to put a picture with this, and I can't do that. So.
I have an idea.
So
that's right, PG. That's right.
The PvP that they are wanting to do, and then the people who did not partake in skirmishes are people who obviously don't want to do PvP, and they're not interested in that side of gameplay. So I see like 3 months skirmishes are cool, and then nobody's gonna care.
I get what you're saying, but I have to disagree because I think you'll get a small amount of people that go on to like the more like rating PvP, like high 2200s. I don't think you're going to get a majority of people doing that. I think you're going to get people like me that go in to get just honor and maybe work on my like straight on PvP skills. I see a very minority going up, but I just see more people in that.
And just like staying content with that?
Yeah, I think so, to be honest with you.
You know what, though? I mean, here's the thing: is it's like they're introducing it now. What they're doing with it? Keep in mind, they're doing with this now what they are doing with a lot of the things that they've done, like with scenarios and heroic dungeons and stuff like that. Is they give you extra incentive to do this. Okay, like for example, it said you will be getting
The extra stuff?
Yeah, the extra stuff, the extra conquest points, the extra honor, the gold, whatever, I mean, they give you a reason to do this. Plus, it's not meant to be like it's going to be a cool feature, and they're going to do it right, but it's not like Warlords of Draenor, bringing back the skirmishes. It's not going to be the main.
It's not going to be like major.
Forefront. Yeah. It's not going to be the Magic Kingdom of Warlords of Draenor, but they're going, it's going to be a cool thing, and some people in the chat room are like, it's going to be cool for a little while. Some people can't wait for it or whatever, but they even said that the whole point of this thing is, low threat, low pressure. Go in there, test some different builds. Don't worry about your ranking or whatever. And like 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, whatever, yeah, sure. But now, when I've been playing Hearthstone, Hearthstone is the first game I've ever played of any type of ladder ranking system of any type. And just having that weight on your shoulders of, I've got to win this to increase my rank. Like, to be able to go into casual mode and shift that, I mean, you need to do that sometimes. And so I completely agree with that. And I think, it's going to be what it is. I mean, it's going to be a cool feature for low threat. Just go in there and screw around, and you can take your friends in there. Like, I don't PvP at all, but if somebody was like, let's go do some skirmishes just to see if you like it, that's a no threat. They have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. Like they said, you can get your feet wet.
And come watch me how not to do it.
That's right. Yes. And
that's your next Blizz Pro show right there. How not to PvP.
How not to PvP.
Now, Archon, I expect an alpha build on the add-on customization.
Yes, I gotta get it in that. Yeah, I think it's cool that they're adding the add-ons, because it seems like if you're just a spectator watching the match, there's so much information that you want. Like right now, if you're watching a match in the esports scene, then you're watching one person's point of view, and it might switch around. But I think it's really cool letting add-on developers create actual interfaces that would show you, I don't know, maybe what cooldowns they've already popped, and how much longer they have on certain skills.
Yeah, I'm imagining like the first maybe builds we'll see, because I imagine you go in as a skirmish. I mean, observing it, it's just your UI, and you're just kind of running around as a wisp. That's what I imagine. But as the UI, like you said, you want to see what's happening in the match. It's going to look like how the PvP, like at stuff on BlizzCon, when they shoutcast it, they have the bars up and everything. Mm-hmm. I think it's maybe going to look similar to that.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you could like kind of select it as the viewer. I was just gonna say really quick on the spectator thing. I think it's really cool. I'm all for spectator coming back, because I think it's cool for the Battlegrounds people to be able to get into arena and not have to lose points when they lose, and just be able to keep up the grind. But the one thing that I think would make spectator awesome is if you could, and correct me if they've already added this since I've been gone from WoW for a while, but if you could challenge your friends to an arena match.
I don't do PvP at all, so I wouldn't know. Chat room, you want to help us out with that, maybe?
You can technically do war games. I don't know if you can like go into an arena per se.
I used to before they had the battle groups. Me and my friends used to do this thing where we would split up into two teams, and we had 2 hours to try to get to level 10, between 10 and 14 for the first arena bracket, and to gear up as much as we could. And then after 2 hours, everyone had to stop. And we just did like best out of 5 arena matches, and it's always like super fun because you're trying to level as fast as possible and get gear. Sure. But the only way we have to play each other is to try to queue up at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like over and over again.
Yeah, right.
It would be so cool though. I mean, like especially if they're going to add this new skirmish system where you're not really getting arena gear, you're not getting ranking, you're just grinding like you would grind Battlegrounds. Why not let people queue up against each other?
Yeah. In the chat room, they said in WoW they do have, it's called War Games, and that's more of the Battlegrounds. So you can versus your friends. They didn't.
You could go into a war game, and both teams could say, we're not going to focus on the objective whatsoever. We're just going to PvP in the center.
Fight on the road. Everybody on the road.
On the road!
But I imagine if it's just skirmishes, Archon, I would say you could queue against friends, but not the ladder, obviously. So that's what I'm assuming. But.
Okay. All right. So there you have a little bit of I'm sure more is going to develop on that, and we will keep you abreast, so to speak. So now the other thing that happened this week, the community had a little bit of a Stage 9 nuclear meltdown. Okay, over some information that was, I don't really want to say leaked or not. It wasn't leaked. It was, I don't know.
Data mined?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No?
Found, discovered,
interneted,
screenshotted. Okay. And so yeah, basically the community. I have seen everything from this is WoW's demise. You guys have broke this. You guys have just. I mean.
You scratched my CD, you know. You picked it up in clear daylight and you scratched it.
I know. It's.
I love your new sounds there.
Thanks, dude. They have had a Stage 9 nuclear meltdown. The last point of contention was this whole boosting your character to level 90 and the cost associated with that. Now, when the new patch went live on last Tuesday, for a few brief moments, there was an option in the in-game shopping menu to boost a character to level 90. The feature wasn't unlocked yet, but what happened was a screenshot of a $60 price tag associated with this was taken. And the community has torn itself apart over this, and I'd like to kind of get you guys' thoughts on it. But first, I want to make one thing explicitly clear, okay? Blizzard has not officially announced that this is the actual price tag. It could have been a placeholder. In the PTR, they use fake currency to test the process, and this could have been a test to see if the code could accept a real money type figure and not the fake currency that they've been using for testing. So let's assume, though, for a second, that the price tag is actually $60. How do you guys feel about boosting a character to level 90 for $60?
I have a lot to say about this, so maybe I should. You guys go ahead.
I know Hoda is really heated on this topic, so I don't know if I want to go first or not.
Well, go ahead. Mine will kind of spiral into other things. So
okay, I would just say I completely understand $60. I do not GAF. It is perfectly fine. It is still a little bit cheaper to go ahead and do a server faction transfer instead of actually buying a new level 90 on a particular. Oh my gosh, chat room is going crazy right now.
No, yeah.
Instead of buying a level 90 on a new server.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Reb? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying it's $55 if you want to do a server and faction transfer. So it's say I have a level 90 horde on Kultiris, but I want that level 90 to be Alliance on Blade Fist, so I can go do stuff with Twisted Raiders. I don't know.
That's assuming that you already have the game, though, right?
Well, yeah, but that would be $55, and I think it is perfectly understandable for that to be cheaper than actually buying a brand new spanking level 90, because in that instance, I would have 2 level 90s, And I'm perfectly okay with this. It's Blizzard giving the option to players and saying, you know what, we may understand that you don't have all the time in the world to keep leveling and leveling and leveling. That's perfectly fine. You're going to pay for it. You have access to in-game content. You have access to everything in the game except for novelties. And you're going to keep this in mind when you talk, right, Hoda? You have access to everything except novelties. And if you want those novelties unlocked, you pay us.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel about it.
As far as the $60, I really don't think it's too much. It's a lot of money just looking at it. For one, I would never do it because I have a crap ton of alts and I like leveling. So personally, I wouldn't use it. I understand people want to use this service, and that's fine. I would say it could even go more expensive because I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't feel like my time was wasted in investing in my characters. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I hate microtransactions in my sub game. I just absolutely hate them. And I understand they're going to be there because it's the new market for gaming. I'm not oblivious to it, so that's fine. But I'm going to grind against it a little bit. As far as faction and server transfers, Reb, I've done my fair share over the past 10 years playing this game, and more than I want to admit. And I feel with all the connected realms and BattleTag things, servers are becoming less and less important. You don't have that community, so there's really no point. So I feel like character transfers and race changes are way too expensive as it is. I get back in the day when, it meant something to change a realm. Now all you want to do is to get on a realm to visit your guild, because you can, if you're the same like faction, you just can invite them to a group and whatever. So I would prefer to see that lowered and keep this character boost to 90 high up there. I don't know. I feel that way.
So would you say like a combined transfer and race change go from like 55 to what, like 30 or?
Oh, I would love to see like a group package, you mean, for like if you want to get off the server? Yeah, I would love to see something like that as well. A discount at least. Something to like make me not feel like my characters rotting, that I invested time in, that are max level, are rotting on another server, where I can just maybe buy a new one and have all that like rep grind gone, all that crafting professions just feel wasted if I can just pay $5 more and get a new one,
So basically, we're in agreement that $60 is fine for this boost to level 90. It's not like a $20 transaction where I'm going to be forking it out every week. It's not like a $100 transaction where I'm going to be like, you know what? Let me do that maybe like once a year on Christmas, maybe for my birthday. Things like that. It's at that price where it's like maybe every 6 months I might consider it and I might go through with it. I'm not going to go through with it because I like spending time with my characters. I kind of feel like I get to know them and I am them.
Sure.
We're getting off topic, but
it's okay. Yeah. I want to jump. I want to jump in on this real quick.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know I think I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, and you're going to unload a little bit. I'm good with it. So
yeah, it's going to happen. Go ahead.
My stance on it is this. Okay. Sticker shock. Sticker shock is There's no way you can get around it. You look at a $60 price tag and you think, oh my God, that's just insane. I only pay $15 a month for this game and they want $60 for me to boost a character to max level. That's insane. That's nuts. So let me bring up a few points, okay? First off, at BlizzCon, they said you get a free 90 with Warlords of Draenor purchase. I'd have to look at the exact quote and everything, but I am about 99.9% sure that they said something to the effect of, you want another free 90? Buy another copy of Warlords. Because every copy of Warlords comes with a free 90. So, best case scenario, okay? You buy another copy of Warlords of Draenor, which every expansion runs at $40. Then you have to create another Battle.net account to apply this free 90 to. Then you have to pay a $25 transfer fee. Okay? So, obviously, anybody who can do some simple math, 40 plus 25 is $65 to get a free 90. Or you can boost one of your characters for 60. Now, I said that was best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that you cannot apply this without having to buy the Battle Chest, Mists of Pandaria, and Warlords. So now, depending on the price structure and the specials of what's going on, and when you got your Battle Chest and the sales and whatever, but potentially you could be looking at anywhere of $95 plus to get another 90. So, in the grand scheme of things, if you're looking at having to buy a Battle Chest and create another Battle.net account and buy map and buy Warlords and then pay, you can keep that 90 on that server and pay an additional $15 a month, or you can pay the $25 transfer fee to have that on your main account and you're well over $95. All of a sudden that $60 price tag doesn't look so scary. I can see the relationship where people want to grow with their tunes and everything like that, and that's completely fine. I think a $60 requirement, Blizzard is putting that far enough out of reach that it's not an automatic go-to. If it was $20 a pop, we'd all have 11 90s on our server, like right now. They don't want to make it a go-to. They want to make it an option because I myself, I don't have time to level. But I'd have the money that I can pay $60 to have a 90 and have a boost and pick up at a certain point in the game where I can, my playstyle makes catch up a lot easier. So that's what I think. If this $60 ends up being right, I think that's more than fair because your alternatives are anywhere from $5 to $35 more expensive. So.
Yeah.
Talk to me
yes, Twiz, I think you made a good point. And I agree with you. I'm going to rant a bit now, if that's okay.
Talk, dude. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I completely agree with Twiz and Hoda. I think $60 is a fair price point. I think really they hardly had a choice. I think $60 is the only thing that makes sense. If you're going to say that you get a free level 90 when you buy Warlords of Draenor, and the systems they've already put in place makes it possible for you to go buy multiple copies of the expansion and transfer them over to your account, then this is the only practical thing to do, was to make a price point where you can buy your own character, lest you force your players into this weird hoop where they're buying them anyways.
Right.
And $60, $5 less than jumping through the hoops, just seems like the most reasonable price point. If they made it much more expensive than that, then people would just do it the weird way to save $5 or $10. So the price point, I don't even think it's much of an issue for discussion. I think it's about right, and I think we kind of agree on that. The thing that I'm upset about is similar to what Hoda's upset about. I just don't like that game companies have kind of conditioned us to be okay with buying progression.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Yeah, because
progression.
Yeah, it is. Or at least it could be. There used to be so much integrity in games. Excuse me.
Oh,
anyways,
that was awesome.
I'm getting really upset here, so I have to.
With your.
No.
Dude, if you puke on stream, I'll give you $20.
Deal.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. There used to be so much integrity in video games with how much time you put in them and what you got from them. And I think if any of us had seen microtransactions from a game like WoW 5 years ago, we would have been infuriated, because it completely destroys that integrity of getting what you put into a game. But because of all these free-to-play games and all these microtransactions in games, a lot of game companies have had to adjust to this new microtransaction setup for their game so that they can make enough money to stay in business. And now, of course, Blizzard is losing subscribers to all these free-to-play models. And as players, we've kind of just adjusted. We kind of just have learned that companies need to do these microtransactions to stay in business and to keep putting out content, and we've just succumbed. We've just said, okay, fine. People are allowed to buy free vanity stuff. Just don't make it affect my gameplay too much. But I think when you look back and see what we've lost, it's totally not worth it at all. I mean, really, World of Warcraft has had to tune itself to mainstream gamers, casual gamers, and it's become this thing where it's now become incredibly easy to hit max level, which means if you're ever just doing the grind on your own manually, you feel like you're completely wasting time because there's so many loopholes to get to max level. And then once you do get to max level, if you're a few months behind the patch, it doesn't matter. Just skip the first few tiers of content, and we'll make it really easy for you to get the gear you need to skip right to the last tier of content, which means anyone who went through the first two tiers of content feel like they completely wasted their time. They could have just sat on their butts for 3 months, 6 months, and then caught up, because Blizzard's constantly making it easier and easier and easier to get there. Either wait a while and get there easier, or pay us some money and you get there easier, but it's completely taken all the integrity out of putting the time into leveling character and putting the time in to going through the raid content. And as a previously hardcore player, I just feel like I don't respect the game as much as I used to.
You know, and I completely see where you're coming from. A couple of things that I want to say about it is, if stemming back to what you said about they could have sat on their butts and just waited and then bought their gear and whatever. They were having fun and raiding and enjoying the game for what it was, while I was not. You know what I mean? Like if I'm late to the party, I'm doing something else. I'm not enjoying the game and taking part in raiding and doing whatever it is that I'm going to do. That is the most current for that time. And I mean, it's just like anything else. It's like you get a piece of gear, you're gonna get a replacement for it eventually. So you either raid and have fun now, and knowing that it's all gonna get replaced, but it's the fun experience that you're looking for, not just the progression end game. It's playing the game itself. But I think what's happening is several companies open this can of worms, and it's forced a lot of the video gaming industry to follow suit. And I'll tell you what I mean. My job besides this, I do a number of things besides the military or whatever. But this is going to sound really dorky, but you know what I do for a living, for a real living? I sell paint. Okay? I'm the paint guy. And what has happened is the whole world is based around cheap, 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 cheap. You got to be cheap. It doesn't matter what's in the can. As long as it's the cheapest, that's what I want. And you can no longer sell a quality item because every time you turn on the commercial or on the TV, you see these commercials about, sale, liquidation, blah, blah, blah. Everything's half off, blah, blah, the whole world is based around being cheap right now. And in the video gaming industry, this can of worms got opened with microtransaction and everything, and it's either sink or swim because Blizzard cannot sell a quality product. They have to jump into this bandwagon, I think, to stay afloat, especially with a game that's been coming up on 10 years old. I mean, you can't not follow suit and expect to stay afloat.
And Reb, you mentioned novelty items as like an okay thing in that have in the cash shop, and I'm to the point now. I'm not even okay with that because I am starting to view novelty items where you look good as part of gameplay, and if part of gameplay should not be microtransactions. Meaning, with new character models, obviously, your character, how it looks, is very important to people. It's about emotion. That's what keep people in the game. With transmog being so popular, I would say one of the most popular things WoW has ever done, besides maybe looking for group. I'm really starting to see that, and paying for it. I'm paying for my gameplay. So what exactly is my $15 getting me? It's getting me to rent a character that I can't buy a skin for on a free-to-play game. I can't look at it all the time if I don't want. If I'm not paying, unless maybe it's on the Armory. I really feel if they're going to have these cash shop things, there needs to be an option in-game to grind it out. Like if I want like a battle pet, I want to be able to get it in-game. It might take me a daily quest that I have to do for 3 months, but I can get that in-game. I really feel that needs to be an option in WoW where these novelty items like pets, mounts, hats that cost $15. I think it's starting to get ridiculous, and I think the floodgates are coming. I'm sorry, but I'm not happy with it.
I don't think it's ridiculous, but I can completely understand where you're coming from, Hoda. Like, I completely understand. So, say, for instance, League of Legends, you have your Riot points and then you have your influence points, and you can play the game and earn one, or you can use your actual money and earn the other. And so I completely agree, Hoda. That would be a really good influential system that they could implement. But for now, I am not disappointed.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move along. It started at $60. We kicked the crap out of that. There's no doubt about it. So, one of the things that I wanted to bring up is we got some really awesome news this morning. Diablo fans woke up to some good news. It seems patch 2.0 will be launching in 2 weeks, according to an EU Blizzard post. But there are some other things that were announced as well with the this 2.0 launch. Players who pre-purchased Reaper of Souls will get the Wings of Valor, and the article emphasized both physical version and digital version counts, but they didn't say which edition. So we're guessing all of them. Who knows though? When Heroes of the Storm is shipped, also players who pre-purchased Reaper of Souls will also get the playable Demon Hunter for free. Playable Demon Hunter for free for pre-ordering Reaper Souls when Heroes of the Storm is shipped.
Was this an announcement of some kind? Have they announced at all the Heroes of the Storm price structure?
No, but this is a clear sign of how it's going to be. Right?
This pretty much says, like, if you don't buy Reaper of Souls, you have to pay for the Demon Hunter, which I'm pretty sure is new. I don't think they've said anything about paying for Heroes of the Storm characters yet.
I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything.
No, they have not. No,
they haven't said anything.
Like a League of Legends system, right?
I wouldn't be too bad I wouldn't be too upset if it was free to play and you had to buy characters.
Yeah. Or even if like they rotated your characters or champions that you could play, and some were free this week and some were free next week.
Sure. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
I hate to be super unprofessional, but I have to run to the bathroom, so talk about yourself.
Fair enough. Oh, gosh. All right.
Happens.
Okay, that's what he was trying to tell me in Skype chat, I think, was he had to make the poo, I think. It's hard to say. But there's also going to be some kind of an XP boost before Reaper of Souls goes live. So more details on that to be be discussed when they get here, whatever. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have they ever announced what? I know this is Reaper of Souls kind of thing, but it makes me go into Heroes of Storm even more. Did they say what they're releasing with? How many heroes and how many they're going to add on?
Not that I have heard of. There might be something on the Blizz Pro site in an article somewhere that I might have missed, but I haven't seen anything like that. Archon, have you seen anything? Just kidding. Yeah, sorry.
Nice.
No, dude, I have not seen anything like that. So it's pretty minimal information. There was a Q&A that I guess was kind of all borked up this week. So I don't know what they were going to say or what they did say or what they were able to make happen. But yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of like really solid, this is definite information coming out for there. So.
Well, I mean, we expect that out of Blizzard anyways. They don't.
Totally.
They don't have specific deadlines because, God forbid, they not even meet those deadlines.
Right. They just like kind of gets leaked, and we have stuff to like conspire about and conspiracy theory, like all this price point and stuff.
Oh god, taxi in the chat room. I'm catching up with Archon, who had to go to the bathroom. Taxi says, if you hear Yoshi howl, then it's a number 2. Oh, and he's back. Yeah. He's back. Sorry. We were talking about the poopy. So, okay. Let's see here. One of the next thing I want to talk about, more Diablo 3, guys. Reaper of Souls, lots of awesome stuff. March 18th is right around the corner, guys. That's when the Real Money Auction House shuts down. Just a real quick reminder on that. But new community tools were announced on the official Diablo 3 blog yesterday and are available for preview for anyone participating in the Diablo 3 Reaper Souls PTR. The tools feature 2 grouping mechanics, communities and clans. Okay? Now, guys, pay attention to this. This is. I'm not talking. I'm talking to the listeners. This is legit. Okay? They feature 2 grouping mechanics, communities and clans, and they aim to bring players together for more engaging social experiences. So here's the basic difference between the communities and the clans in Reaper of Souls. Communities are broad social groups that can house tons of members simultaneously. They're intended less for leadership and firm goals and more for social purposes. You won't be joining a community to organize loot runs, but probably to talk about cats, if it's a cat community. So, yeah.
They're so fluffy, Twiz.
But basically, communities are more about fostering relationships between like-minded people with a keen focus on socialization than specific gaming goals. They're intended to be much larger and more casual than clans. Larger, holding a nearly unlimited number of members, more accepting, and don't seem to require member approval for entry. Now let's talk about clans. Clans are small, tightly knit gaming groups. Basically, in case you haven't put it together, I'm talking about guilds in Diablo. Okay? That's what this comes down to. Clans are small, tightly knit gaming groups designed with specific goals in mind. These goals might include PvP or player versus monster gameplay, loot runs, questing, role-playing, and whatever other specific Diablo 3 thing that you might have in mind. Generally, clans are a great way to communicate with numerous friends at once and organize your play. They have a maximum number of members, 120 to be exact, and they require member approval for entry. Unlike communities, characters can only be a member of one clan at a time, so be sure to choose carefully.
This basically goes back to what we were talking about with D3, just having a much more grasp on the community and what they want and kind of bringing it together. I think it's really awesome to see you kind of have the casual gamers with the community maybe, and the clans for the more tight-knit group. So yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, I only have one question, Twiz. Mm-hmm. Is our friendship more of like a clan friendship or like a community friendship?
Well, I mean, you did the poopy on the show, so
I mean, we are making it into clan space.
No, we're tight knit.
I feel like you're closer because of that.
We're close.
we grew from that
we grew.
bonding experience.
We bonded emotionally, not chemically. Thank God. But yeah. Now, just so you guys know, there already is reserved a Twisted Nation community and clan. So that is already reserved, and there's a Blizz Pro clan and community as well. So, day one, Reaper of Souls. Hop aboard, matey.
I thought that was awesome because a lot of Diablo players have been complaining that D2's matchmaking system was better than D3's. I wouldn't be one of those people, but a lot of people had the complaint that in D2 you could make your own public game with whatever title you wanted, so you could be really specific about what you were doing and just attract other people that were specifically doing what you were doing. But I think it's a really good solution. Yeah. I know a lot of players still miss D2 system, but I think just this will alleviate that issue of finding people that want to do specifically what you're interested in working towards.
I'm curious. Does it? I don't know if I'm finding it here. Can you be in a community and a clan at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can be in unlimited communities.
Yes.
Yes, multiple
That's the way I'm
communities
interpreting that.
while only in one clan.
Baller.
Fire in the hole.
All the communities.
The last article that we are going to go through, and I really stacked up this week because I knew we didn't have a show next week. So we're going to talk just a little bit of
Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
Blizzard confirms that there will in fact be an observer mode. Okay. While attending the ESL TV hosted Intel Extreme Masters event in Cologne, Germany, Kim Fan, the senior esports manager at Blizzard, sat down with Carmack to discuss her role with Blizzard and to provide some insight into the company's vision for the future of Hearthstone esports. She reported that a spectator mode has escalated extremely high on the team's to-do list, and although it won't be included in the official launch of the game, you can look for it shortly after. About time.
Yes. Wait,
So true.
Twiz, I thought you were against spectator mode here.
I
Have you
am.
changed your
I
mind?
am. But you know what? Damn it. Somebody make up their mind already.
I've been just praying for this since I first played Hearthstone, mostly because I would love to make YouTube videos or stream games between two other people and kind of just cast it.
Yeah. You know what? I've changed my tune a little bit because I know more about the game now, and I know more of. I think I could do a good job at shoutcasting. I think I really could. With I don't know. I have a lot to learn still, but I could talk my way through a game, and I think a spectator mode, I could really. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would jump on that and do that kind of thing. You're on the right track there, Archon.
Yeah, as of right now, streamers trying to do like shoutcasting for the game is just an incredible amount of work because they got to put all the video together, try to line it up with both streamers, and I don't know, make it look fair. It's just and it takes time too to do that. So like the meta's probably shifted, and they're like, oh, why are they using that deck? You know, why are they doing all this? So doing it like on the fly and getting those videos out quick, I think will be fantastic
I wonder
for like streamers.
in observer mode, like if both of the players' decks are going to be hidden from you, so you can't like peek and see like who has what, or if you're going to be able to see both decks simultaneously. That'd be kind of crazy to be like, oh snap, I hope he doesn't play that because that guy has that.
I imagine that just going off of what they did with StarCraft 2, I imagine that they'd allow you to see both players' decks. It also, I mean, with almost any spectator mode, even if you think like World Series of Poker, you can usually see
Everything.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
Know
Absolutely.
who's bluffing.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, honestly, I think I would enjoy using observer mode to actually watch, but on the other hand, it kind of makes me a little bit nervous to know that they could actually see my hand and how I'm playing. I mean, it's a little bit stressful having your opponents and other people watching you.
Oh, absolutely, Reb. I can't disagree with you at all. So I recommend if they're going to watch, you give them one heck of a show. Off we go. The top 10 things that you can do to give your observers I lost my place. This stupid thing. Some extra entertainment. Ringing in at number 10. When a WoW Arena member on your own team dies, stand over their head and press X repeatedly. I'm not going to tell you what that does, but the observer will certainly be impressed with your team dedication and respect level.
Number 9. Do absolutely no battling whatsoever, but instead, toss the pigskin around and make it feel like a WoW Super Bowl.
Number 8, attention all cloth wearers. Let the observer know that your performance will be hindered because you can't run very well in that dress.
Number 7, set a personal goal for your entire team to set up as many campfires while you're still alive. You may not rank high on the ladder, but you'll own the campfires built per arena run category.
Very warm.
Number 6, I recommend hunters give their pets awesome names like I'm playing naked, or stop watching me, or look at my PvP nest.
The number 5 thing that you can do to give your observers a little extra entertainment. For Hearthstone observers, use your card buffs on other minions, heal them if you're a priest, and do whatever you can to take yourself out. There's nothing wrong with trying to be the best player on their team.
Number 4, if you're lucky enough to get the floating card glitch on the other side of the board, keep trying to click it and move it until your turn runs out. Then hit the well played emote.
Well played.
Number 3, do a /say that says, "There are no gold to farm here. Men and ogre man chat lied to us."
That was Russian.
Number 2, designate your team strategy as run around and survive as long as possible, and the only thing you use are party grenades.
Party grenades for the win. And the number 1 thing that you can do to give your observers a little extra entertainment, macro emotes for the entire Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song. I can see it now. Twiz was born and raised in West Philadelphia. Twiz spent most of his days on the playground until a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in his neighborhood.
My name is Fugs.
My name is 30 Orc.
My name is Parisian.
Fred the Bold.
Drathan.
Derry.
Brand.
Myro Indoor.
My name is Cal.
Elias.
My name is Shorinap.
Blue.
Speedy.
Maslu.
Misaki.
I play Resto Druid.
Orc Hunter.
I play a Restoration Druid.
Shaman.
Windwalker Monk.
Survival Hunter.
Assassination Rogue.
Windwalker Monk.
Beast Mastery Hunter. Arcane Mage.
Survival Hunter.
Windwalker Monk.
Prot Fury Warrior.
Windwalker Monk.
I play a Fire Mage.
I'm from Randolph, Utah.
In Springfield, Missouri.
I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
San Diego, California.
Michigan.
I am from Denmark, Europe.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Jefferson, Louisiana.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Boulder, Colorado. Ogunquit, Maine.
Brisbane, Australia.
Hamilton, Texas.
And I am in Twisted Empire.
I am in Twisted Kingdom.
And I'm in Twisted Legion.
Twisted Empire.
Twisted Kingdom.
Twisted Empire.
Twisted Nation.
Twisted Empire.
Twisted Kingdom.
Twisted Nation.
And I am the GM of Twisted Dynasty.
And I am the GM of Twisted Raiders.
I am the GM of Twisted Legion.
And I am the GM of Twisted Raiders, Europe.
And I am the GM of Twisted Kingdom.
My name is Twiz, and I run the Twisted Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past year, we have expanded. What started out as Twisted Empire has now become 6 guilds large and consists of a nation of people who have the right attitude when it comes to gaming. I was once told that a solid team is made up of good attitudes and not elitists, and that is the foundation that we are all standing on. We've expanded into 3 US Horde guilds, 2 US Alliance guilds, and 1 Horde guild in the EU. 2 of the guilds that wear the tag Twisted Raiders are powered by Open Raid and dedicated to raiding old content at level. Again, it's enjoying the game with good people and keeping the passion alive. One game can lead to burnout though, so we embrace all Hearthstone, Diablo, and StarCraft players as well. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to play any game you'd like in a good family. Twisted Nation, Horde, and Alliance on Kultiris US. Horde on Magtheridon EU. Welcome home. Okay, we you know what? We got a couple of emails this week, so we saved you from lore time with Twiz. You can. That's right. That's right. No lore time with Twiz here. The first one that we got is from Sergeant Zim. Proud Twisted Nation member. He says, Twiz, Reb, Hoda, and Archon. So I've been thinking about the legacy of Mists as we are coming to the end of the expansion. I really think the biggest thing will be that they pumped out a lot of great content, but blew it out too fast. Just think if they had... they blew it out too fast. Just like Archon did. Just think if they had put just 1 month out on each patch, Garrosh would barely be dead. I loved the increased patch cycles in the start. The content was nearly always fresh and exciting. Now we're at the end and still another 6 months away from release, if we're lucky. My hope is that Blizzard sees this and makes the changes in Warlords of Draenor. There sure is a sweet spot, and they were close here. Keep up the good work. Hope to call y'all online for the Twisted Nation Hearthstone, or catch you all online for the Twisted Nation Hearthstone tournament on March 1st. Sincerely, Sergeant Zim of the Twisted Nation. So, okay, it sounded like Hoda had something to say about it.
You know what? I completely agree with his email, but the thing is, hindsight's 2020, right? It's easy to say that now, but at the time, I personally felt it came very fast. I did not complete everything in each patch, so it was a lot for me. It was a lot. So I would absolutely agree with this. It should be like you should be really sick of this patch where you're almost ready to quit, and then a new one should come. That's basically, and I know that's different for everybody, but they missed it.
I completely agree with you, Hoda, and I have an easy fix. We just go back to my previous rant. If they only didn't catch you up automatically had done the previous content, then everyone would have a lot of stuff to do, except for like the top 1% that beats all the content as soon as it comes out.
I think he's right on. I think the content release, what happened was there was so much content that got released so quickly. I think what really screwed the pooch at the beginning of Mists of Pandaria was the dailies and the rep grind, and you needed to grind out your faction rep in order to get the gear that you needed to hold your own in the raid, because the raid content then was very challenging. Every raid tier has been very challenging, and so if like me, I couldn't play enough. I couldn't, and I got about too far behind the curve, and that was the end of me. So I think it was too much too quick. Which, I mean, 2 years ago we were like, OMG, give us something, please, and but I think they are going to find that sweet spot, and I don't know. I think they're probably going to tune it a little bit better than they did this time as far as time goes. But yeah, we are here at the last patch, and I mean, there's no sign of beta as of right now for Warlords, so it's hard to say. I mean, you'd think that they wouldn't have another 9-10 months of ICC again, but weirder things have happened. So
yeah, I mean, Blizzard's pretty notorious for going either over or too little, so hopefully they just tweak it just a little bit where they don't like go overkill,
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool. Well, Zim, thank you very much for sending that in, sir. And again, guys, twistedempire.engine.com, ENJIN. Go over and sign up for the Hearthstone tournament that the nation's putting together, that he put together, and lots of fun. Mucho bueno. I bet you guys didn't know I spoke German that well, did you? The last one that we got is from Eldorian. Then you might know that name. He is he is one of the founders of BlizzPro.com, and he says, "Dear Twiz, Archon, Reb, and Hoda's beard," but not Hoda because he's smelly. Earlier today, during a press event in Asia, it was said that players who purchase Reaper of Souls in Asia would get a free Demon Hunter hero in Heroes of the Storm when it launches. This possibly reveals that Heroes of the Storm will be going the pay route of buying each hero like you do in League of Legends instead of having all heroes be free and available like in Dota 2. I was curious on what your thoughts are on this. I personally prefer the Dota 2 route since it makes everything available to play, and I can choose to give the game makers money in the form of buying skins. Thanks for reading this on the show and giving your opinions. Love, Eldorian. P.S. I don't know why you guys keep bugging me for paychecks. I keep sending them to Twiz to give to you. P.P.S. except for Hoda.
Just his beard, right?
Yeah.
Just his beard.
Just his beard. Just his beard. So we tapped on this a little bit earlier. It looks like it might, it looks like it might be getting into that, the pay route of buying each hero like you do in League of Legends. And
I think it is going the League route. I mean, it's a successful business model. Why not?
Yeah, I think I think for the players it's best case scenario. Yeah. Because we don't want pay to win. I guess it's you could argue whether it is pay to win or not, but the League of Legends system I think is pretty solid as long as they're not allowing you to actually buy power through money. Dota 2 is one of the few big games out there that's really not pay to win by any standards. In Dota 2, you get all the characters for free. You can only buy vanity stuff. But with a company like Blizzard putting as much money into the game as they are, it's probably just not practical for them to do a model like that.
Sure.
Now, as a comparison, what is like the price for like characters on League of Legends and other similar things? I don't know.
I don't actually spend my money on it. I earn the IP.
I imagine that'll probably be an option, even if they do allow you to buy characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't play much League, so I couldn't say.
You know, as far as my thoughts on this go, like, there's so many people that think Hearthstone is pay to win, and I want to smack them right upside their stupid head every time they say that. It's not pay to win. There are so many low budget decks that get up to rank 2, 3, 4, you know, that have maybe 1 or 0 legendaries. And you know what? If you want to win that game, you grind it out and you do your dailies and you do your arenas and you open your booster packs and you play the game for what it is.
What if right now on the World of Warcraft shop they allowed you to buy the top rating gear?
No.
Win?
No.
Well, no, but there's no other comparison. They're not doing that with any other games.
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, I would agree that in Hearthstone it's pay or play to win. But it's the same thing.
Isn't that like the perfect free to play model though? Isn't that what you have to do with free to play?
I think it's a good compromise. I would say, okay, honestly, if having legendaries in your deck in Hearthstone didn't give you an advantage, then you wouldn't use legendaries in your deck. Obviously, having better cards gives you an advantage, and spending money gives you better cards. I don't think you can really argue that it's not pay to win. I think you could argue that it's not very pay to win, or what I would argue is that all card games are pay to win.
See, when I look at budget, I mean, I go to don'tkickmyrobot.com and I look at their budget decks that are all rank 2, rank 1, rank 3, rank 4, and there's not one legendary in them. That trumps the entire argument of this is because those are all basic cards. They're all basic cards that you get from just leveling your character and playing the game.
And the packs you get as well, you're paying for. It's RNG, and it's not saying you're going to get all those legendaries like in those packs. And also, if they weren't legendaries and they weren't better cards, what's the point of being legendaries? You know.
Yeah. I think what you're doing is you're buying insurance. If you buy packs in this and you buy enough packs to get legendaries and everything like that, is a Cairn Bloodhoof much better than your Harvest Golem? Yes, it is. But you're buying insurance. You're not buying that character that's going to win you that game every time.
I think we have to just define pay to win, because if pay to win means you have to spend money to win at the game, then no. Hearthstone's not pay to win. Pretty much no games are. There's only a few games that are pay to win. But if pay to win means spending money in the game gives you an advantage over people who don't spend money in the game, I don't know how you could argue that Hearthstone's not pay to win. I mean, having more cards gives you an advantage. If not, then why would you care about getting new cards?
I mean, up front, that may be the thing, but plenty of like the top ranked people, of course, because they get to play all day and stuff, they have all those and not spending a dime. So
you can do well in Hearthstone without spending money. I'll concede that. You can do well with basic cards, and you
I'm not
can
even
earn
saying
all
that.
the cards
Just like Twiz said, you're grinding those legendaries out. You're not paying for them. You're doing your arenas with your gold you get in game, and you're just grinding them out, playing the game. And a lot of top people have done that. So,
But I would go to my previous point. If WoW came out and said, "Hey, you can just buy the top gear, or you can play for it," you would still call it pay to win. I mean, even though you could go and find a top tier rating guild and put in all the time to get it, the fact that you're allowed to get it with money too,
I think.
means you
Well,
can save
no,
time.
you're buying the chance. You're buying the chance to get those legendaries.
Exactly.
They're not
Although
guaranteed.
but if you spend enough money, you can buy whatever legendary you want.
Well, at the cost of disenchanting.
Yeah.
At the cost of disenchanting other cards. Yes.
So if you purchase it 50 times and say it's like $10 per purchase, for $500, yeah, you can buy a legendary. Or you can buy an epic.
If you get really unlucky, it might cost you that much. But yeah, the people out. I mean, there's people out there that own almost every card because they put enough money into it.
Yeah. Well,
let them spend it.
Yeah.
They earned it. Let them spend
And
it.
they're getting an advantage from spending it, which makes it pay to win.
They obviously work a lot, so let them play and have some sort of amusement and victory in their personal life, since they suffer so much in their work life that they had to earn that money.
It doesn't bother me that it's pay to win because that's just the nature of card games. That's how every card game has ever been, I think, in the history of card games.
Yeah.
But,
I get your comparison, but comparing it to WoW is just kind of wrong. I get what you're doing, but card games are kind of their own thing, right?
That's the untouchables.
No, that's why. I agree with Hearthstone's model. I think it's a good model, and I think it's fine that the card games are pay to win. But let's not fool ourselves. Let's not lie to ourselves and say that we're not getting advantage.
Let's
and put
not
money.
drag this on any
at
longer.
Archon.
No, bring it on. I will respond to any hate mail.
Oh, gosh. All right. So the basics are this. Tying it all back together is my stance on this is if getting back to Eldorian's email. If they can keep it to where I don't feel like I have to buy these heroes to keep my advantage, to keep current, to keep myself competitive, and to stand a chance, I'm not going to dive back into that again. But then I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. If I can buy skins or whatever, then that's cool. Those are the microtransactions that I want, not the ones that are game changers, just the ones that are that allow me to customize my game. So that's at the end of the day, that's my thoughts on that. So
And where's my paycheck?
That's right.
I don't want anyone to be sodomized with a tire iron. I don't actually want him to get cancer.
I don't know why I played that.
Relevant Twiz.
He just likes that soundbite.
He just likes it.
I did. Yeah, I haven't played that in at least a week. So yeah. So all right, guys. Well, everybody, that is going to bring this episode of Twizcast to a close. One more quick mention of our sponsors, doghousesystems.com. If you want to buy a new gaming rig or upgrade the one that you have, go to doghousesystems.com. Use the coupon code TWIZ at checkout, TWIZZ. Doubles your RAM for free up to 32 gigs, total of about $90 to $100 in savings right there. /loot.com if you want to grab yourself a Twizcast t-shirt, Steel Series, and our newest sponsor, guildlaunch.com. Again, shoot me an email, podcast@blizzpro.com. Tell me why you want to get a Guild Launch website along with all the bells and whistles and a 50-person Mumble server for free for a year for your guild. Tell me why, podcast@blizzpro.com. So, before we get out of here, oh boy, who do I start with? How about Reb?
Me?
That's right. Reb,
Okay.
you go first.
So tomorrow I am giving a speech for my speech class about heroic rating, so wish me luck.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Sweet.
Y'all were like, oh, you really want to wish me? Okay.
Okay.
Anywho,
Give us the short scoop right away. What is it about?
it's about heroic rating. Obviously, it's about planning, preparation, and then execution. What's up? 3 points.
Planning
Domination.
and preparation are different points, huh?
Yes. Planning is planning who's going to be your healers, who's your tanks, what night are you going to raid, like are you going to use Mumble, what channel are you going to use, what's the name of your team. Preparation is getting all your consumables ready and making sure that you have your gear right and tight and enchanted in one night. Twiz.
Hey. And you know what? Also to tag on to that, Reb, there is tank preparation and but the biggest thing in raiding is healer preparation, and you can designate that as preparation H. For
I knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming.
So
You knew it
far.
was. You knew it was. So, how about you, Hodo? What you got?
Licky Boom Boom down. Have a good week, everybody. We won't see you next week, which is sad, but happy March 1st?
Sure.
I don't know what day it's.
Whatever it is. Carry the one. Sure.
Somewhere around there.
How about you, Archon? Mr. Pay to Win?
I think tonight might have been our best show yet.
Hey, that's
I don't know.
my crystal
But yeah,
ball.
I'll miss everyone next week. But we'll have some good stuff. I'm gonna get a really good pro tip for 2 weeks from now, so hold me to it.
Good deal. Well, you got 14 days to pull it off. So
There we go. I got this.
Oh, I love
Remember
it.
to include me too, because we're going to be together, Arcana.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna team this one.
Yes.
All right. Good game, guys. Good game. All right. Well, on behalf of myself, the Twizcast crew, and Blizz Pro, we encourage you all to game safe, love one another, and please, everyone within the sound of my voice, take care. Hey guys, you've been listening to Twizcast, the official podcast of BlizzPro.com. You can follow us all on Twitter at Twizcast, at TwizTE, at TankThatReb, and at Willie_Foss. The show notes and articles that we discuss can be found at BlizzPro.com. And if you'd like to drop us a line, send the email to podcast@BlizzPro.com. Thanks again, and we will catch you next week.